think the UAE, compared to other part of the region, I think it stands out on the top. Maybe some major competition would come from Jordan or from Lebanon or a little bit from Qatar as well. But the UAE stands out at the top. I wouldn't give it a 10 yet. When it comes to innovation in the SME sector, we still need more output of innovation. We still need to see SMEs actually producing more innovative solutions and products and services. So we're still far away. We're not we're not close at all to situations like the Silicon Valley and even some parts of Europe and Asia as well. So, you know, the UAE, both the laws, the policies, and the actually flexibility of living here, starting businesses, it promotes, somehow to a certain extent, promotes culture of innovation. It allows people to creatively come up with ideas and start businesses. As you can see, we have tens and tens of free zones and different themes, different objectives. And these objectives and themes allows any startup, any SME to come up with ideas and then start. While the cost of starting is still very high, it's not compared to, when you compare it to other places, still extremely high. However, the flexibility of the policies and also the flexibility and the agility of the country promotes the culture of innovation. We still do need to do more. Examples is ability, allowing people to take risk and to also fail fast and not get harmed on the way, because innovation is all about trying, and while you're trying you also might fail. And so by laws for bankruptcies, laws for allowing people to try once and twice and 3 times. Other challenges is really enhancing the diversity. We have a very diverse culture and brings with it a huge amount of opportunities for innovation. If you put together an Arab, Middle Eastern with a European, with an Asian in one company, for example, you get the benefit of areas like the Silicon Valley. This is not replicated anywhere except here in Dubai or in the UAE. And they all can work on equal footage as well. So the opportunities is there. However, it still needs more work on part of the government and part of the individuals. I also think the expats to feel very comfortable creatively creating business and promoting innovation. They have to also we have to address the issue of, you know, residencies and things like that. Because if I feel this is home, then I can produce more, I can create more as well. So. Yeah. Well, you see, I'll tell you, I moved here about 5 years ago, and since then I've seen a lot of things changing. I mean, it's a very fast-moving society and government, and there is a lot of push to change policies as well. I've participated in many different sessions, and I think the leadership are listening, and they are doing their best, and they're working hard to actually promote the culture of innovation. So I think there is a change, maybe slower than what we want. We're more, innovators are more aggressive, they want to try things very quickly. But there are things are changing. I'll give you an example. Many of the free zones that started long time ago, right now they are catering for small companies, startups. And the way they're catering for it, by they're allowing, reducing their fees dramatically. and also allowing people to start very quickly. We still need to link that to immigration as well, because on the other end, the immigration policies and the immigration residencies issues are still slower than what the free zones are doing. So we still need to link that, but things are changing. It used to be, it cost 50,000 dirhams to start a company in some of the free zones. Now it's going down to 10,000. Even some programs are allowing you to start with 1,000 dirham. So things are changing. So this is in the right directions. We hoping to see more of that coming up. I'll give you a very simple example. None of the very large telecom companies, whether here or anywhere in the world, and I'm not talking about UAE, anywhere in the world, came up with Skype, even though Skype was right in front of them. Who came up with Skype? Our entrepreneurs, startup. So you think, why would the large companies don't think of coming up with a product as simple as Skype? Well, because they know about it. They know that if they come up with a product that is voice over IP, that is disruptive, they might actually get hurt. They call it cannibalizing their business. They might actually reduce their market share. So that's one of the greatest thing about entrepreneurs and startups. They come up with disruptive innovation. So yes, large organizations can do good job in incremental and breakthrough innovation, but the entrepreneurs are really great at disruptive innovation. Startups, they come up with the game changers. They don't have the boundaries or the box around them to only limit their thinking toward a specific incremental innovation. They can come up with anything they would want, and they take risk. And small angels and VCs actually can support taking that risk. This doesn't happen in large organizations. So I believe innovation is start with copying, but you can copy something from outside, but you have to transform it and combine it with something completely new. And this is when you get creative solution innovations. We're not talking about inventions. Inventions are completely different. Inventions are done in labs. Inventions are done in, are doing things that are completely new and different. But innovation is creatively solving problems, either existing problems or future problems. There are many solutions that are out there, but you need to know how to actually bring in a solution, a copy, and then how to transform it and combine it with something new. If you even look at an example, very simple, the stuff we use every day, like the iPhone and the iPad. These are technologies existed 20, 30 years ago. But what they did, they took these technology, transformed it, combined it with iTunes, for example, and Apple stores, which is something very creative. That's how you get innovations in the market. That's how you get game-changing products and services. And I think entrepreneurs are good at this. They know how to do. They just need more skills on how to do this thing in a very creative way. It's very important. Education, innovation, creativity, entrepreneurship are taught at the very early stage in other part of the world. My son knows about, he's in high school, he knows about entrepreneurship and innovation and creativity more than even some of the top graduates around here. He lives and studies in the US. They are taught these things at the very beginning of their life. Because the environment around them, the ecosystem around them requires them to do this. The job market is not that open. It's not easy to find a job. So they are taught how to become startups, how to start their own businesses and such. Education is extremely important because it gives the skills component of entrepreneurship. You need the skills. It's not about the genes. It's not about just the art part of entrepreneurship. It's not about the passion, but you need the skills as well. And the skills are around creative thinking, skills about financial planning, skills about how to start and bootstrapping, skills about sales, skills about technical development so you can be independent, all of that stuff. These are what the education process provides, the education component provides. So I am completely, disappointed when I hear even not 30, 40%, 1% not using or preventing their employees from using social media. Prime example of this, I'm just, without mentioning names, there's a small company that entire marketing strategy is based on social media. You never think of them that way because they're a falafel shop. Okay, a falafel shop, and they don't have a marketing strategy. All what they have, they don't have a marketing budget. They have a social media marketing. They don't have a traditional marketing. So that's an example of a really very creative organization in utilizing the social media in a very traditional industry. Very few, to be honest with you, and we've been working with many organizations, and we find that most of these environments inside the companies are inhibitors for innovation, not creators of innovation, because of some of the laws and some of the way the structure managing the organization and things like that. It doesn't promote creative thinking. It doesn't promote participation and engagement and things like that. We see some few things are changing. For example, working from home, an example. It's very hard to go and find people here that promote the thing about working from home, because by law, every employee of a company has to have a space. And so if I have 10 employees, I have to rent a space for 10 employees. So if I have 10 employees and I want 8 of them to work from home, I will end up with empty space and not used. Also, part-time work, allowing people to creatively utilize their other skills while working. This whole thing about productivity and performance management, all about using tools that are extremely old. So these are some of the things that doesn't allow people to creatively come up with ideas. The other thing, I haven't seen in any organization a venture fund inside either a large organization or a small organization, an innovation fund. Because if you think about it, one of the key factors for success is the ability to take risks and invest in these ideas. So if I'm an employee and I come to my manager and I propose an idea, there is hardly any resources for me to actually implement the idea. If it is not within my line of business, if it is not just a productivity project, there is hardly any other resources to do this. So if you look at other organizations, whether SME or large, they have not only the culture, but they have the resources, a venture fund, a budget for investing in innovation and creativity. And so that's some of the changes needs to be done in order to promote the innovation culture. Okay. Good entrepreneur is passion first, number one. Passion for being an entrepreneur, being independent, being a risk taker. Passion for trying things, not afraid of the system. Passion for their ideas and passion for and commitment for their implementation. That's number one. Entrepreneurs, they also have to know that entrepreneurship, startup is a roller coaster. It's not a straightforward street. So I always recommend them to go to the nearby park and get on the roller coaster, see how it feels, because that's exactly how entrepreneurship feels. You go into ups and downs all the time. Entrepreneurs have to be humble, very humble. They have to be simple in their way of dealing with the challenges, and humble with the way they introduce a product. Some of the best entrepreneurs were even executives in large companies, but when they become entrepreneurs, they go down to the ground, they understand how it works, because an entrepreneur, a startup, they have to know that they are the developers, they are the technical, they are the sales, they are the customer service, they are the cleaners of the office as well. because you don't want to hire an army to do all of this. You should do it yourself, you and your partner first. That's the three things. They have to be humble, they have to understand it's a roller coaster, and then they have to have the passion for doing this. The rest comes from knowledge and experience and education. So.